just outside of the city of Florence, going for a bit of adventure walk to an area within a mile of Florence.
We plan to lure Sasquatch with this. I'm just kidding. I'm hungry.
That's awesome.
It lured me.
It lured me. So we're going to be close to the river where there's willows, Russian olives, the same type of stuff we're finding down, further down river. But this is within a mile of Florence. I've never been down here looking for any of the sign that we found downriver, so we don't have any idea what we're going to see. And we might very well see some of the sign. That would make us think that certainly they're coming up this far upriver. And if they're coming this far upriver, maybe it's a little more active in the city of Florence. I think it's died down. I think they're taking a different route since the ADX and the reservoir was built in the 80s. But Mateo thinks that they're still coming down here right now. So this test today will prove us one way or the other. Well, push us one way or the other. Not prove, but push us. It's kind of the typical stuff. Now look at this. That, I'm going to switch camera angles. So Mateo found these branches. That inch and a quarter here. It's probably almost a 2-inch diameter there. By the time we get up there, that's about 4-inch diameter branch. This is darn close to being a hurricane tree because of, and again, more branches broken in this immediate area. What do you get from this tree? What do we get? Broken off, hanging there. What do we get from this tree? Look at that break. That's serious. Old branch. That's an old branch broken. There's another fairly old branch broken. Are there any folds on these branches? Let's see. That's just broke. That one there is just broken right across. Comes out to here and up. That's broken off, bent down. That one right. There's just bent down. There, that looks like a fold. This one right. That V right. That goes whoop, whoop, right here. That V. Here I'm getting closer, and that is what we've seen. It's what caught Mateo's attention. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna zoom back out. So I'm at 1 power. Broken trees, again, the red branches. That one there, I'm trying to get a better view. That break right there, it's about 4 inches in diameter. Significantly broken. I'll come back to this tree in a minute. There's another Russian olive. There's a few broken branches in it, but nothing like that one. Although, coming to this side, again, the game trail right along next to it. Game trail runs all along here. Significant drop off, about 10 to 15 feet. Freshly broken. This branch here, good break, probably about 3/4 of an inch in diameter. There are no claw marks or anything on here. There's a scrape, it's hard to tell. This happened Same time of frame because of the buds. But whether this happened this year or last, I don't know. This looks relatively fresh, relatively. I would suspect this probably happened about 2 or 3 months ago. Now off to the tree that caught Mateo's attention. We were here stomping about the other day, but a storm was coming and I didn't get a chance to take a good video. These are new brakes. This is this year. You can tell it's just much fresher. I hate climbing up these things because of the spikes, but I'll do it for science. Okay, so I've had to, this is the tree it's attached to. That's about 10, 12 feet below me. Coming up the tree, I'm going to look for scratches. Here's a very old branch, broken off the same way. And another old branch, broken off but still attached. That was probably another red, well, it is kind of reddish. You can see that's aged, it's worn out, but you can see it's still attached. But now take a look at this. Never seen this before. Look at this damage. Something has scraped this tree from this location. That looks fresher than these. If I look closely, there's old scratches, the same type of scratches. All that specifically, those two, maybe that one there. That may be normal for a Russian olive, but I don't think so, because if I look at this branch here, scratch, 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 scratch. All these look like old versions of this. Oh, even more damage right up there. I'm gonna go check that out. Okay, so I've moved further up the tree to a location where I'm standing on a branch. I can still go higher. Now, all these branches that are poking me are in situ. I have not moved them. These are all in the same place they were. But take a look at this. Climbing up. Oh, and there's more. Take a look at this. Individual little scrapes. They're not pairs or threes. They're little tiny scrapes in the bark. It's been torn up and shredded. Like something has been picking at it. Now this is the view 360 from my tree. You can see the game trail right there. It goes that way. I can watch the railroad track clearly all the way up and down. Probably 100 yards that direction. I can watch this cliff beside me. And then behind me is the river. I can watch the river. I can see the Beaver Creek, the Beaver Channel. This is a really good spot for watching all over the place. If I stood here, I doubt anybody would see me. I had some hunters walk by the other day while I was checking this out, and they didn't see me. Now look, that's broken out there. Did I see any claw marks? No, not really. But that's broken out there, folded in this way. And that too is broken way out there. I don't know if you could see that little one. So either something was able to reach out and bend those down, or it was reached up from the bottom, and from the bottom, that's 15 feet. I would wager whatever made those marks down there was able to crawl out and bust that off or simply reach out from here. I couldn't do it. That's too far. That's about 4 or 5 feet from me, from where I stand. Okay. So I just saw something and there's no way in the heck I can get up there. I'm standing about 10 feet above this tree. If you go up this center branch, up, 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 and to this branch here, I can't get up there to look, but there's scarring all along the top of this branch right here. See that red? That goes up. I can't go too much further to my left. It goes up even to that angle right there. That going up that way. I don't see any red branches broken up there. Oh, I'm lying. Way at the tip. Way at the tip of that branch. Way out there. There's some red branches broken. So something, oh, and there's more right there. Something climbed up that. Now, when I get down there, I'm gonna try to get up there and see if I can see claw marks or anything going up that tree. Okay, so I just now noticed there is no clean way to get up that tree. There's branches sticking out all the way around it. But if you were to go from the top, step down, that's totally open. So I suspect whatever is doing this is coming from up here, clean onto here, and then up. Here I am. Notice that branch bent over and twisted and pulled down. I'm down below some of these other trees. Okay, I will note as I'm looking at this tree, all the nubbies are broken off in this area. And then all even going up. So it looks like this is the easiest way to get up there. And then you kind of jump from tree to tree and branch to branch. I'm gonna try it. Okay, here I am climbing tree number 2. These are old branches being bent back last year. It's this year's branch. Okay, another observation, the crook of this tree is well worn. Crook of that tree is well worn. Something certainly has been wearing these trees. The upper section is well worn. As I climb higher in tree number 2, there's more broken branches. Again, last year for sure, not this year, maybe 2 years ago. More old broken branches pulled in. This has been going on for years. At least 2. Broken branches are wet, but I'm getting close to this section now. Again, here, look. That branch was going straight up. It's been bent down and then comes back towards me. All this is a mess. And they're all, this branch bent down, folded in half, comes back towards me. I'm gonna go sit there. So I'm not going any higher, but you can see the mess of the branches down here. This is all this year's damage, I think. Maybe last year's. I don't know, it's hard to tell. This is an older one. Well, maybe not, because it's folding over the newer ones, which is kind of interesting. I have to look at I'm going to try and video the folding and what's going on here. See if there's a weave. I'll review this later. But I'm up on top of the tree. All the branches folded in towards me. Yet there's some out there that I can't even think about reaching that have been broken. I don't see any of those little scrape marks like I was seeing on the other ones. Those little, call them a blaze mark, I'm not seeing it. But all the little nubbies have been broken off from right here. So something basically is doing what I'm doing right now. So here's the view from this perch. There's a house right there. Could be watched. There are branches broken out other areas, but I'm not going to bother climbing out there because I already did that here. This is tree number 2. Animal trails in and out through here. I don't want to go through any of this crap. Not right now. But interestingly, you'll notice that there are no broken branches like what are up there. Oh, I just lied. I just lied. That's broken. I don't want to go in here. Not right now. Because it's nasty. Is that this year's? And more broken branches. That's about 1.5 inches in diameter. Okay, now this seems like kind of odd damage, like pushing through here. These are going that way. These are going that way. This is all broken off and laid down. This is not from water. This is... Oh my goodness. Well, certainly something could be laying down right here. Something. Not saying what, but something. There are deer down here. I'm not saying what it is. These are all placed. And sticking up. Shoot. Okay, so here I am down in a glade right off the river with Russian olives and broken branches. Okay, so I'm just saying those are seriously broken branches. Right here is a hollow you could totally sit in or stand in. Directly overlooking the road and the river. I don't want to read into things. I'm trying not to read into things. But that one branch is bent 3 times again. Well, I may have missed this before, but that sure looks like what I've been calling a hurricane tree right there. Right on the edge of the river, opposite the bank where people are. And it's broken up high. Interesting. Across the river, I went over there and I explored that whole side, and there are no hurricane trees over there. That whole distance. I must have looked at 100 trees. So before I climb, I note that that upper bark does not look like the lower bark, suggesting that something has stepped here. Possibly gone up this way. That's the way I'm going to try and go up. Okay, so here I am in Hurricane 6, I think it is. Not the one by the railroad tracks, but the next one. That was at one point, probably last year, broken off. That's bent in. That one's bent in. That one down there. They're all bent in, brought towards me. I weigh 200 pounds. I can stand here. Now, I want to show you something. So I'm actually standing in that same tree, directly across the way, on the river. I thought I was a layer in, but on the river, I can see I'm pushing these branches out of the way because they wouldn't have been here. I see up the river and across the river, and the highway's over there. Curious. Maybe it is a bear nest, I don't know. I do not see any hair up here. I think it's too old. This may be last year's. But my question is, how do I get up here without busting off all the branches as they come up? That's the trick. Well, there you go. One tree, that was curious. Two trees, that was kind of odd. 3 and 4, when Mateo and I found them, that was starting to build a pattern. 5A, 5B, 6 and 7, now we've got a pattern is certainly being established. We're looking at hurricane trees. They're all in the same location. They're all on the river's edge or overlooking a trail. They all are 6 to 10 feet off the ground. They all have a 180-degree view at least, if not 360. Tree 5, A and B, they're up higher, but from the ridge it's only 6 to 10 feet off the ground. They're up higher, but you had 360-degree view. They all have the same look. They're all disheveled. They're all broken up. They're all red branches. They're all been manipulated. Some have been folded 2-3 times. They're all folded inside. Some of them have claw marks going up the tree. They all were broken, generally, February, March, April, maybe, before the leaves came out. Now that's a key, it's before the leaves came out. I've been racking my brain and thinking, is this bear making a nest? Now, this is my reason I don't think it is. Bears will build a nest in trees, no doubt. One, they're more dense than this, but two, bears are going to build a nest that's protected. All of these are on the edge of the thicket. They're not in the middle of the thicket. They're all on the edge. Number two, these branches are broken down before they have leaves on them. You're vulnerable, you're exposed in these areas unless you skedaddle down into the thicket. That's my biggest argument as to why it's not a bear's nest. It's exposed and it's not dense enough. So I really don't know. I guess honestly my sense is this is a sentry post. Because of the view, because of the egress access aspect of it. Again, 360 or 180 degrees, you're over a game trail, you're over the river, you're over wherever. And its location. Where we were just at, here just outside of Florence, on the north side of the river, I walked up and down that river a third of a mile. I purposely looked at absolutely every one of those Russian olives on that bank. None of them had this breaking. It's all on the other side. What's happening on the north side? On the north side, that's where the people are. On the south side, nobody's ever over there. Train goes by. It's crazy. But you can watch the north side from these sentry posts. When we're further downriver, we're all on the north side of the river. Very hard to access. On the south side of the river, that's where there's easier public access. From the north side, we have not seen any hurricane trees on the south side. We do want to kayak all the way down the river and see what we can see. We didn't get a chance to because of the thunderstorm. But I suspect, at least in that area, that there's nothing on the south side. If there is, I will certainly let you know. We'll find out. We haven't gone down there and explored yet. So I suspect that these things are sentry posts for whatever critters up there watching and can skedoodle down into the thicket. Crows will do that. Crows will have a whole flock of crows, a murder of crows, will nest or roost in a tree, but they'll always have 1, 2, or 3 crows on the outer perimeter. So if you see a bunch of crows in a tree nesting and you try to approach them, the sentries will caw, alerting the crows in the tree, and they'll all fly away. They're sentries. That's what I believe these things are, a sentry post to protect whatever's down in there. I'm 200 pounds. I can climb up these. Trees 5, 5A and 5B, they've been used multiple times. The one tree looks like it's been used 2 or 3 years in a row. The 5B, when I climbed up there, the crotch of the tree, they're worn out. The bark is actually worn significantly differently than underneath the tree. Something has been in that tree multiple times, multiple years in a row. When I got down to tree 6 down on the river, you could see the tree is, all the nubs are broken right off going up it. But to get out to the spot, the hurricane perch, I had to walk over and break twigs as I was going out there. That's very interesting. If a bear is climbing up and going out there, all those are going to be broken off. They weren't. When I got out there, I turned around and realized I'm going to be busting all these. It's a pain because they're all thorns. I'm going to be walking out and busting all these things off as I go. Why weren't they broken off? Whatever climbed from the tree out to that branch, why didn't they break them? Why didn't that break off the branches? I don't know. I'm going to be talking to DW people, Department of Wildlife, and see if they have any insight on this. I'm incredibly curious. If I find out that it's a bear, I want to get a video of a bear in there, and you'll be the first to see it. If it's a Sasquatch, I want to get a video of a Sasquatch up there, and you'll be the first to see that for sure. So stay tuned. I'm just exploring. I went out, next week's video is going to be really curious. I went out to this area down south on the river where Mateo found that footprint, and hung out down there and had, shall I say, a very exciting time. You'll find out what happens next week. So be sure to subscribe and contact us if you guys have had any experience, or if anything in here is, getting a light bulb going off in your head as to what's doing this. But thank you for coming along the adventure, and stay tuned. As I learn, you're learning. That's the point behind my videos. I'm trying to teach you and let you see what I see. So thank you again for coming along, and we'll see you next week, and let me know